In this episode, Rob and George Stavro talk about pregnancy and plant-based foods, burnt foods, acrylamides, and cooking method.
And here's another thing. Another kind of, I don't know if you'd really call it a misconception, but something to pay attention to. I find nobody really pays attention to this. I'm baffled by it. Is cooking method. So take an unhealthy food like a hot dog. Mm-hmm. Like good old street meat at Finch Station. It's delicious. Yeah. It's amazing. It's a whole. The natural health industry would be up in arms. Oh my God, hot dog. It's like the worst food ever, processed. It has all these different chemicals in it. Fine. I'm with you. Yeah. But nobody ever talks about scorching the hot dog, which is infinitely worse, I think. Yeah. You get that hot dog, it comes out, it's just burnt black. Yeah. I think that's
happening.
Yeah, that's part of the conversation. I mean, you can go and get a Napolitan style pizza, and people love it because it's all kind of bubbly. It's just delicious, the dough. But it comes out, you have these black spots on it, and it drives me absolutely crazy. People saying, "Oh no, that's where the flavor is." No, it's not where the flavor is. That's just burnt food.
Exactly.
That's unhealthy. I mean, if it's carbs, you're creating acrylamides and all sorts of stuff which are cancerous. Yeah. And in hot dogs too, if you're barbecuing meat versus, boiled meat doesn't really taste that great.
No.
But I mean, if you scorch your meat, the compounds created by the cooking method could possibly be way, way worse than anything that the meat itself could have done to you.
Makes sense.
So I think
there should be a continuum with it as well. I'm not a fan of having raw meat.
No.
I think it should be cooked to a certain internal temperature. But if you're on that other end of the spectrum that you're talking about, it's burnt. So it's like, you've got to be somewhere in the middle with it. And it's like, because you figure whatever that you're doing, either you're getting closer to health or further away from it. So if you're consuming something like that where it is scorched, that means extra work that your body needs to do elsewhere. So still enjoy the hot dog. And I'm glad that you mentioned that as an example because it ties into the whole idea of, say, the occasional cheat meal or even a cheat day. And say the person's relationship with the food. So you can have the ideal nutrition plan set up, like the people doing all these lab works and this and that. And you sit there, it's like, oh, this fucking meal again, I can't stand this. It's like, it's healthy, but if I'm going out with you and we're enjoying or whatever, and it's not the healthiest per the recommendation, but we're enjoying our company, and sometimes that emotional side overrides the negativity from the so-called bad foods.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you'll use it as an excuse all the time, but if we're say eating clean and healthy a good 80 to 90% of the time, the other 10 to 20%, I think we'll do okay. Now, if somebody that's a professional athlete or has some major chronic disease or illness, different story. They've got to stick to their regimen a lot closer than say the average person.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody who's pregnant, they're trying to nourish themselves and they're asking the question of, how can I be most nourished for myself and my baby, for example? Then, hey, absolutely. I mean, plant-based diet has amazing advantages. From a nutrient-dense perspective, nothing comes even close. The phytonutrients, it's just nutrient-dense. Meat is not nutrient-dense at all. I mean, it's macronutrient. I mean, it has a high amount of protein. There's certain things in there, but you're not. It's very high calorie per nutrient and very acidic and pro-inflammatory per nutrient. So whereas the plant-based diet is amazing, but I think on the flip side,